Good morning, everybody. My name is Badri Gomatam. I am the Group CTO for Sterlite Technologies. And today we will be talking about the telco stack in the context of the Indian ecosystem, Atmanirbhar for 5G. As we all are aware, 5G network rollouts are accelerated worldwide. Telcos are continuing to deploy. They are very strong in their sentiment about the spend that they have allocated, and the customers who are adopting 5G are experiencing a great quality of service, and the rate of adoption is growing at unprecedented rates. For example, in China or in the US or worldwide, substantial spending has been allocated. It is in progress, and as of earlier this year in May, there were almost 300 operators investing in 5G commercial services. If you look at the subscriber base, almost 22 million subscribers in China, and in South Korea, another 500,000. So the evidence is very clear that 5G adoption is growing. In terms of investments, network creators are investing heavily, and they're attracting literally billions of dollars. Right? Private equity, telecom operators, whether it's a British Telecom or a Verizon, including the cloud companies such as a Microsoft or a Google, and large enterprises such as airlines and industrial manufacturing, as well as citizen networks, are putting a lot of emphasis in the infrastructure required to support 5G. So how is this infrastructure changing? In our view, and this is something very consistently happening across the world, the past deployment of telecom infrastructure started with what is so-called monolithic, in the sense that a single provider of technology had the ability to serve the ecosystem from the top to the bottom, right? And that's kind of shown on the left. The new way of working is what is called the open source, virtualized, and web scale, meaning that the ecosystem is disaggregated to a number of participants who produce innovative solutions for various points in the total stack, telecom technology stack, and they're able to use open standards to interface with each other and create a tremendous amount of value for the telecom operator. And therefore, telecom operators today have a large number of options in terms of sourcing this technology in the world. And this sourcing with multiple choices is providing operators tremendous benefits in terms of scale, capital, and operational efficiency. It is in this context that networks, when we talk about networks in monolithic and proprietary, the interfaces that are specific to closed interfaces are becoming open. When we say open, we are talking about this opening. When we say disaggregated, what we mean here is that vendor-specific hardware is basically becoming available to operators in a disaggregated form, meaning multiple vendors are now able to provide parts of the hardware in a disaggregated way, which can then be integrated and driven through software. And this journey, going from left to right, is what we are talking about today. Standardization, disaggregation, virtualization is the theme of today. Now, in a traditional RAN to an open RAN, basically the closed interface between the handset to the BBU and to a single vendor integrated model, if you look at how that is opening up, the disaggregation basically provides the innovators in the ecosystem to provide a number of solutions which can then be individually optimized, cost reduced, and driven into the market. And that disaggregation virtualization clearly provides capital benefits. It is in this context that if you look at a quick survey of telecom operators across the world, about 77% of enterprises are expected to use or increase their use of open source. And therefore, that is a very clear signal that there is value in the open source movement. 95% of enterprises will adopt virtualization, and an equal percentage of enterprises will pick up what is called software-defined networking, where the control and management of the network is disaggregated or removed from the network hardware physically and run in the cloud. This model is essentially key, the hardware-software partitioning between different ecosystems and the control plane user plane separation in the way the network is architected is key to understanding how 5G, the ecosystem is evolving. Globally, many players such as an AT&T or a BT or here closer to our home in India, Airtel and Jio are moving to open solutions, open RAN solutions, and are today conducting several technology trials in partnership with the technology ecosystem. And it is in this context where India is becoming completely ready to deliver the entire 5G stack in a Make in India Atmanirbhar context. So, from a Sterlite's perspective, we are building a 5G ecosystem that is completely designed and manufactured here by STL. It is validated by our customers, and our footprint across the stack, from data center solutions to RAN in the cloud to radio solutions, as well as academic alliances and open networking standards, is the entire ecosystem is something that STL is invested in driving very hard to create this Atmanirbhar for 5G in the context of what we are discussing today in the news. And whether it's a macro radio or a small cell or a software-based, baseband systems, the entire solution is available today from the Indian engineering and ecosystem investments that are taking place. And our product suite, basically, whether it's multi-band radio or open CU, open DU, orchestration, server hardware, or indoor small cells, which are smaller and lighter weight and required for office or on-campus use, as well as integration services and managed services, design, build, and manage. This entire solution stack is available from STL and partners like STL. So in India's 5G story, whether it is core infrastructure, the optical fiber cabling and the passive infrastructure, which is essential to driving the quality of service and quality of experience for 5G, the virtualization of the radio network, radio access network, or the IP, Internet Protocol Transport, packet core, or the management and control of the network. This entire ecosystem is available today in India's 5G story. STL can play a very significant role here. And this is expected to basically bring tremendous advantages to both the country and the telecom operators who are partners with us in this journey. And with that, we sort of come to a portion of this session. Thank you for watching this presentation.